Hey everybody, welcome to another Goody Reader review video. My name is Michael.
This is Peter.
Today we have the Microsoft Surface Pro, and we have here Farcry 3, which on the hardware is very demanding, but we also will show you another game that's not so demanding on the specs of the tablet here. I will also show you Adobe Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and a whole lot more. So one thing that we would recommend if you're going to be playing a game like Far Cry 3, Crysis, Call of Duty, a lot of these sort of big first-person shooter games that could really push even a modern PC to the max levels and not perform well, is to edit the video settings. So what we basically did was set up a custom profile, and we turned everything to low except for the shadows, which we turned to medium. The reason we did this is because when we were setting this up, if shadows are on low, if you're in any environment that has shadows, the shadows end up being like a box.
Yeah, like a square.
All right.
So when we started with this, the overall quality was at optimal, and a lot of the settings in the optimal settings was medium, and we found that you could barely really even walk with those settings on the Microsoft Surface Pro. So we've changed everything, as Michael said, to low, with the exception of shadows. And
all right, so let's load up the story, and I've completed this game, so we'll kind of just continue.
And to show you guys while it's loading, we're utilizing a Logitech wireless keyboard and Logitech wireless mouse for the game here, so we can have an optimal viewing angle for you guys.
Now this is done via Bluetooth, right?
Yes, it is. The mouse actually has on the side here into the USB port, there's a wireless receptor. So we're gonna exit out of here.
So this is the shadow problem I was talking about on the bottom here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get my bearings. You can see that a lot of the shadows are coming up boxy, so it seems to pose quite a big problem. We're gonna walk over to the glider here. Now this is everything. Everything's on low right now, and the fans are going nuts basically because of just the demand on this. So we're gonna hop onto the glider.
All right, so let's interact with this and fly around a little bit.
Hopefully we do.
So even on low, it doesn't look too bad.
No, it's all right. Okay, now I'm not gonna land properly, okay? So don't hold it against me. Oh, jeez. Oh.
So you just want to press E.
Yeah. Not too bad, not too bad.
All right, let's fire a few weapons.
All right.
To see how the sprites and all the animation handle it.
Oh, it's pretty laggy. I'll tell you when I'm clicking it now. And you can see there's a little bit of a delay. And I've caught myself on fire. And that was switching a weapon.
All right, why don't you try firing it at that house up ahead?
Okay.
Just so we could maybe see some environmental damages.
There you go. Yeah, so when you're walking around and nothing's really going on, it seems fine. Second, you start to switch weapons, more like other sprites come into play. You see a lot of colors. It ends up...
Go towards the guys with the red there, because then we could see a little bit about combat.
Okay. Yeah, see, we're getting really choppy now.
That's because there's like fire animations.
I'm gonna walk up this hill. Yeah, we're getting into the choppy zone.
So is it playable?
Honestly, no, it's not. It's not really enjoyable at all. It's very laggy. I don't know when my click is actually going to take effect once I press the mouse.
Yeah, you can see with all the particles now going on.
And we don't really have anything else running on this right now. I mean, it should handle it, but it really isn't. And this is all low settings with the exception of shadows, because the shadows, as you saw when we started this clip, was just a big box on the screen. So playable, I would say not really. Not really
All
at
right.
all.
So let's exit this. And we'll load up FTL, which is one of my favorites right now. And obviously this game is not very large at all, so I don't think that the Surface Pro should really kind of struggle with it at all. But it's obviously struggled with a very high processor
Absolutely.
and a very high demanding game.
So we're going to clear this and go to the desktop and load that up. So far, Farcry, not the greatest experience.
Yeah.
Although it's a good game. Might want to max that out there. Maximize. Oh, I guess you're in windowed mode.
Yeah. So I guess we can fix that.
Might need to scroll up. Okay, so new game. As you can very much tell, this is nowhere near the graphical quality as the previous game we showed.
Let's load up my little slugmobile here. So if you guys have not played this game before, I do recommend checking it out. It's little games like this that are on Steam that are just like a few dollars and fairly cool. Let's attack the ship. I guess this little window thing's in the way. So let's auto hide it. There we go.
So you can see here, very PlayStation-esque graphics. If anything, actually, very much almost SNES. So, not too demanding.
Yeah.
This plays flawlessly.
Yeah. This doesn't have any problem. And I think this is like the whole point of the Microsoft Surface Pro is that you can get away with like plain little games like this that aren't available on iOS. They're not available on Android.
Right.
You know, these are like PC sort of indie game exclusives.
At the same point, though, for $1,200, you expect to play at least, some sort of PC game that's, first-person nature. But I guess it's not the greatest experience with high graphic reliant games.
Yeah, and so we showed you a few games, kind of muddled our way through it. And what I want to do next is load up Photoshop.
So, if you go all the way to the back here, you can choose 64-bit Photoshop. And Michael will be interacting with this with the pen. So we'll put the mouse away for a sec. And we'll just keep those settings for the most part.
So this is a trial version of Photoshop CS6. As you can see, you can draw. The eraser aspect.
The heck is that? And unfortunately, the eraser doesn't work on desktop applications such as Photoshop right off the bat. It will work for erasing text you type in like a browser, for example, but it doesn't seem to. Oh, it was a pig.
It's not really anything.
It's just a creature of some sort.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you know,
The eraser element of the stylus actually just acts as another point to draw. So if you want to flip that around again to show everyone and try to draw, try to erase, it actually just ends up drawing.
yeah. So you have to use like the eraser buttons and
Right.
stuff on here in order to do it. So it's kind of hard for me to see Raptor right around the corner here, but suffice to say, it's the full version of Adobe Photoshop. So I
Right.
mean, if you're an artist and whatnot, I think that you'll be able to find that you can use like full graphics versions of these. So like Adobe Illustrator, Flash, you know,
Yeah, for
a
sure.
lot of kind of cool development tools. So for someone like me, I use Photoshop a lot, Illustrator, I use Dreamweaver, and I mean the Microsoft Surface Pro is perfect for that because I can use these sort of programs I always use out on my home PC on a mobile tablet. And
Right.
again, I mean, you could get the iPad and have, you know, Adobe Touch or whatever. That's more optimized to the touchscreen experience, but you sort of don't get the Surface experience, which gives you, you know, a stylus that you could do a little bit more. And of course, the iPad doesn't come with a stylus, so you have to purchase one in addition. One of the last things I want to show you is Microsoft Office.
So you see we've downloaded Office here, and you have Word, Outlook, OneNote, and so forth. So we're just going to open Word. Choose a blank document just to show you, but you do have many other things you can choose as default. So preloaded design, so you don't have to create too much on your own. So you can create that. Download the 100 KB thing, and then you can add your message. And since we have our keyboard plugged in, we can type whatever we want. So have that. You can choose different things.
One of the cool things about, I guess, MS Office on a Surface Pro is that you could set up Outlook and then connect up to like your Exchange servers or whatever sort of corporate email system you have. So you can actually get like all your fully featured email on the go. And I mean, you just don't have to stay with Outlook, but I mean, you could install Mozilla Thunderbird. You could install, you know, many different email apps that are sort of out there.
Right.
So this is just like an indication that, you know, this stuff works, and this app was made for the desktop app. And if you're looking for desktop apps and you kind of maybe don't know what's on there, the Microsoft Store actually has a number of desktop apps that you can get that will work with the Pro and whatnot. So you could look here and they all say desktop app, whereas Adobe Reader Touch just says free, and that means it's an app designed for the RT sort of interface. Whereas all the others here say desktop app. So you can still get a number of all your desktop apps.
I've never been a
Through
big
the
fan
store.
of the jumbled layout they have, but you know, it's about the content, and there is quite a bit available.
Yeah. So this is just a small review of how apps and games perform on the Windows Service Pro. If there's a game or an app you'd like us to test, or if you have any ideas for future videos, please comment on this video and let us know your thoughts. And our YouTube channel is youtube.com/goodereader. And for all the latest news, previews, interviews, and everything else, check out our website at goodereader.com. And for Good eReader, my name is Michael,
My name is Peter.
and everyone take care.
Oh.